All right, next up for you guys, we have UFC 247, Jones versus Dominick Reyes. We're going to give some quick predictions here.
All right.
And just go through these. Let's bang them out. So first we'll spend some time here on Jon Jones and Reyes, the headliner. We've got the 11-0 Devastator, who is undefeated.
Devastator, what the hell, bro?
Who's undefeated. And obviously Johnny Bones Jones, we all have grown to know and love. He's coming in here and he's gonna be. He looks like he's ready to take out a guy who's been trash talking.
Did you hear fucking Jon Jones is vegan or some shit?
Really?
I heard that.
Really?
I think he went on a plant-based diet.
Oh my God! Really?
Yep, he is a vegan, bro.
That's crazy.
He's a vegan.
I say a word.
Yeah,
I mean, some of the best
that's what I heard.
athletes
I
are
haven't
doing
looked
it
up
too,
too
but
much
that's
into
interesting.
it.
We'll definitely
we'll
look into
check it
that.
out. But I think so. For this camp, he started like eating only whatever greens and.
That's cool, man. Like.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like, I mean, it could really help with your energy levels, I feel like.
It's all those people that talk about, like, it's still, like, more beneficial than eating animal protein and all that stuff, but...
We'll see. I don't think that... Well, we're getting off topic, but screw it. Let's keep going. I don't think as human beings, like, we have these incisors. We have the incisors for a reason. Like, these sharp teeth in our mouth are there for tearing meat and biting into it and, like, all that stuff. Like, I think it makes sense, like, to eat meat, but just excessive is a problem.
And I think you should be careful what you say because the vegans are fucking looking right now, bro.
The first thing I said when you said Jon Jones was on a plant-based diet, I said good for him. It's good for your energy levels. That shit's blessed. Like, yo, save the planet and everything. God bless. But at the same time, like, meat is okay to eat. If it's not for you, then it's not for you, and that's okay. I don't think pushing.
Anyways, it's gonna be interesting physically.
We'll see how that goes. But anyway, it's interesting that he's on a plant-based diet now, though. I really think that can actually help him in this fight. Having energy and being able to just feel springy and light, and you're not getting bogged down. You get your protein from different areas and different pieces. It could work really well for him. There's a lot of athletes that have tried it that's worked really well, and there's athletes that have tried it that it hasn't worked very well.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it all pans out for Jon in this fight. I didn't know that. Interesting piece of information. But an equally tall 6'4" guy, where the leg reach is a little bit, it's almost the same, but the key obviously here, as usual for Jon Jones and those lanky ass arms of his, he's got a massive reach advantage with the hands. And that means it's a massive elbow and reach advantage. And it's just, this might be a very dangerous fight for Dominick Reyes to head into only 11 fights into his professional career.
Again, man, a little overwhelmed by the matchup. I'm not gonna lie. I think Dominick Reyes is fucking beastly. I don't know how I feel about his nickname, but fucking I think he's a great, powerful fucking guy. But at the same time, 11 fights in, Jon Jones has fought every motherfucking body. He's fought like fucking 3 generations of fighters if you think about it. Starting with fucking Machida and Shogun and fucking... Bro, that was like a whole different era of the sport.
He ended the old era and introduced the new one. He's been dominating it ever since.
Bro, so, I mean, in Dominick Reyes, in my eyes, I don't see how he can present like something to Jon that he hasn't faced. This motherfucker faced DC, bro, twice. I mean, what? Dominick Reyes is gonna come there and be like, all right, bro, head kick. Yeah, nah, fuck that.
No, he's not.
Why, he's going to come there all double leg? Yeah, okay, try that.
Well, 95 takedown defense says he's not going to try to go for a takedown, but I think Dominick Reyes is... His weapon is knockout power.
Yeah.
And Jon knows that, and he's probably going to play with his food. That's the best way I can put it.
I see it like the way he fought what's the guy, the white
Anthony
guy with
Smith?
the tattoos. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it fucking panning out, honestly.
I mean, he's going to play with his food a little bit, man. I think Dominick Reyes doesn't pose nearly as much of a threat as Thiago Santos did, even though he destroyed both of his knees.
Yes.
Like, Thiago Santos looked nice.
Thiago Santos was the best looking opponent.
He was catching Jon off guard. Yeah. Jon came into that not planned properly. If they rematched, Jon would murk him because he knows what to expect now.
Yes.
But the spinning tactics were so dynamic and so crisp, and none of Jon's spinning tactics could work on a capoeira-based guy. Dominick Reyes, I don't see him posing that threat where Jon Jones has to even really respect anything but getting out of the way of those knock anybody out in the world out power type of thing. So I think Jon has shown that he's not somebody who's going to get clipped. And this should be a quick night at the office. I'm gonna say that he's gonna play with his food a bit, but he's gonna knock out Dominick Reyes in the second round, middle of the second round.
Okay, I actually see this as, and I think it's mostly because he's vegan. I'm just kidding. But I think he's gonna I think he's gonna TKO Reyes, but I think he's probably gonna be like in the 4th, 5th round. You know.
You could play with his food even longer. I guess.
I think
right?
so. I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Jon, you know what? You're right, because Jon hasn't been coming out of the gates quickly very often recently. I feel like he's been taking his time,
and he's gonna be cautious. We know that he's gonna come cautious.
I'm gonna change mine to the late 3rd round. He's gonna get bored and just maybe accidentally knock him.
Imagine,
Whoops! I'm just kidding.
One of those Yair elbows behind the back.
Isn't it amazing that you can have a guy this talented that you're just like, oh yeah, he's probably just gonna just do whatever he wants. It's like what? It's like that's not normal to say in any sport, especially combat sports. Moving on for the next fight, though, moving on down, it's Valentina Shevchenko in a rematch against Katlyn Chookagian, who's the number 1 contender in that flyweight division. I think the Bullets got this down pat. It's probably going to be a maybe first round, depending on how Valentina feels that night. It might be first round. I don't know what Katlyn Chookagian is going to pose as a threat to Valentina Shevchenko that's gonna make anybody's head really turn. I just don't think she has any of the tools in any phase of the game that's gonna really destroy take advantage of Shevchenko.
Correct. She dominates. Shevchenko will dominate her in any fucking asset of the game.
Like Chookagian has 12-2, and 12-2 is one thing, but when 75% of your wins are coming from decisions, Valentina Shevchenko doesn't go to decision very often. She went to decision against beasts. Like she went to the decision against Cyborg, went to a decision against Nunes. Like these are absolute heavier freaks. Like this is her division.
That's what
Gigi.
We're seeing again. We've mentioned it before. Like the level of MMA, like in the women's MMA, is like you got the 3, 4, 5 girls that are on top, and under them everybody's like so much. The gap is so big that once those 4 or 5 girls are done fighting each other, it's like, who the fuck do we give them to fight now? Like, so they throw some next girl that's like doesn't have the same experience, doesn't have the same athleticism even in most cases. It's like a completely different fucking thing. It's basically like getting a half amateur girl to fight like a really professional athlete.
Right.
So, that's so fucking one of those fights. I don't know.
Like there's a huge gulf in the competition and it's stated the fact that, all respect to Katlyn Chookagian, but the fact that she's the number 1 contender in that division says everything you need to know about the chasm that exists between Valentina and the rest. Moving on to the next one, Juan Adams versus Justin Tafa. Now, obviously with this fight, this is going to be 2 huge big boys going at it. They're both at the tip in the scales, the 265 in the heavyweight division. Both of them are in all their wins, they're just all knockouts.
Yeah,
so
look at this.
This is literally the coin flip of the night. But who do you think's got this one here? I'm going to go with Juan Adams with a 6'5" frame.
Okay.
I think he's going to be 5 inches taller. He's going to be able to use that reach.
Yeah. So they're both kind of new to the UFC, right? They've had like a couple fights each, I feel like, in the UFC. They're not like...
Yep.
They haven't fought for a long, long time. But I think that both of them also got knocked out in their last fight, if I'm not wrong. So I would say, bro, like it's a real toss-up. On obviously, they're just going to throw a lot. Whoever catches someone. I see Tafa lost his last fight. Juan Adams got knocked out. I remember that fight. I forget who he fought, but I'm 100% he fought Hardy. Yeah,
he's coming off of a decision loss to Singh Bhalar, and this is going to be 2 guys that are really scrapping for it here.
Because that's their style. That's how they fucking come out. Even I remember against Dan Hardy, Juan Adams, we were like, "Ooh, Juan Adams is like he's a beast. He's gonna come out." Got starched still because his style is like too open and all that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, for real. Like
Greg Hardy,
making a prediction on this particular fight, Tafa versus Adams, it's super difficult because it's really kind of like
it's a coin flip.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say, actually, you know what? I'm going to go against you and I'm going to say fucking Justin Tafa just to make it interesting.
Why not?
Also, I think that Juan Adams is again going to come open up, and the fact that he's taller might fuck him up a little bit. I know you're saying the reach, but the reach would help if he was like a really good precise fighter, like that uses his jab. I don't think Juan Adams
So if
even knows
Justin
what a
Tafa
jab
gets
is.
in close.
So I think it's gonna open up. Justin Tafa is gonna shell up and throw one of those overhead fucking, haymakers.
And he can
knock
duck
him
the
out.
head down and throw it up high if he really wants to.
Yeah, call me Mystic Chad if I predict these things.
Yeah. I'm dead. I'm gonna go with Juan Adams still here.
Okay.
It should be pretty interesting to watch this fight go down regardless. Next one up, I'm really excited for this one, is Mirsad Bektić versus Dan Ige here. These guys are fighting in the featherweight division. This is a great fight here. Mirsad Bektić is a world-class kickboxing talent. He's really good at striking. And Dan Ige's got a nice mix and blend of everything. His submission
More of a
game
submission guy. it seems
his
like,
submission
yeah.
game is a little bit more of his calling card. So what do you have here in a classic kind of striker versus a grappler, I guess you'd say here?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like I got Mirsad Bektić or
As do
Bektić
I.
or whatever in this one, and I got him by TKO because I think his striking is like just gonna be too much,
Yeah, I think...
and I don't think he's gonna be easy to take down or anything like that. So.
he's got 100% takedown
Yeah.
defense, and he hasn't been taken down in the UFC yet, but he's ranked number 14, in the featherweight division for a reason.
And he's got some experience too,
Right, and the last fight he lost to Josh Emmett, who was coming off of...
Josh Emmett. This guy's always surprises me, kind of.
Yeah, coming off of a long layoff, right? I mean, like Josh Emmett is but like I mean, the other name that he has that he's fought
Lamas.
is obviously Lamas, right? So you have that there as well. But
What happened to Lamas? Did he fucking retire?
I'm not sure, honestly. I feel like
haven't
he's
seen
just
him
kind
in
of
a
fallen
long
off.
time.
Maybe he's not fighting anymore.
I know
never
what's
really-
his face retired. Chad Mendes retired, but
Right? Yes, he did.
anyways.
But anyway, yeah, getting back to Dan Ige over here. He fought Aguilar last. We got Max Griffin a couple fights ago. But again, nothing here to really write home about. So this would be his first kind of fight against a guy who's in the top 15. But I do expect the Bosnian Mirsad Bektić to take this one in the end with a knockout, actually, as well.
Same TKO. I think that's it. Mirsad.
And the last, the fight that kicks off the whole main card, I'm super excited for. It's the Black Beast versus the Sledgehammer. Ilir Latifi is making his debut at heavyweight now.
Ilir Latifi looks thick. Look at that shit, bro. Oh my god.
He's 5'10" in the heavy. This is like some Daniel
This
Cormier
guy's like a
build style.
ball of muscle. But he's leaner. He's leaner than
Oh,
Daniel
100%
Cormier, so-
leaner than Cormier.
Yeah.
If Cormier was as lean, like he probably wouldn't even be able to
No,
fight in that
exactly.
division.
I think
But
so.
Ilir Latifi is going to be coming in there with a significant reach advantage in that heavyweight division. 73.5 inch versus 79 for Derrick Lewis. He's 6'3". Ilir Latifi isn't some guy who's coming out there to throw takedowns and stuff either. So this might be some sacrificial type of thing out here. But at the end of the day,
fucking he's Latifi's been weathered, bro. He's been out there, been knocked out a bunch of times and all that stuff. So he's got 6 defeats. I think basically every single one is by knockout.
the biggest thing I'd like to say about Derrick Lewis is his losses are, especially the ones recently at least, these are significant people that he's losing to.
Oh, yeah.
Dos Santos is no scrub. Daniel Cormier for the championship, that's no scrub. He's beaten Alexander Volkov in that last second comeback when he was gassed. He beat Ngannou in what was one of the worst heavyweight fights. He beat Tybura before facing Ngannou. He beat Ivanov Blagoy, the wily veteran from your home country, Bulgaria.
Right.
So, I mean, he's beaten and faced some of the best guys. There's a reason he's ranked number 5. And Ilir Latifi is coming into this, the ranked number 12 light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going to be easy. It's not an easy way to make your debut in the heavyweight division. What do you
luck with that
expect to come
shit.
out of this fight, man?
I expect Derrick Lewis to knock him out. It just depends how fucking aggressive Derrick Lewis comes into it. Is he gonna be more kind of chilled out and kind of like waiting it out? Because like we've seen Derrick Lewis be a little more conservative, if we want to say, like his last few fights,
Right.
Where he does explode, but he definitely is more conservative. I think he's just trying to preserve his energy. It doesn't.
He
nothing
knows his
wrong with
gas
that.
tank. And I think his gas tank's better than he thought because at the end of this most recent fight, he was like, oh, I could have let it go a little bit more. Maybe I held on to too much energy. You can see his
he's used
cardio's
to
better.
getting tired quicker from before that. Yeah, so I don't know, man. But in any case, I'm telling you, he's knocking fucking Latifi out because There ain't no other way.
Yeah, I think that's just how it's going down. First round.
Yeah, first round. Yeah,
first round. So that's our thoughts on UFC 247. Let us know how you feel in the comments, and we'll see you guys down there.